Welcome back to Connection Point. Excited to have everybody back here with us. So this is our monthly market update and strategy session. So I'm excited to get into it. As we know, the market is changing rapidly, but it's also important to know how that is contextually, right? And so we'll be going over this in today, but just to remind us that we have been in an extraordinary cycle of real estate. COVID did what no one expected it to do. Right? I remember the first week of COVID, I thought like, well, this is it. Nothing will ever sell again. You know what I mean? Let's start applying. And then it went crazy, obviously. We know that. So now we are back to what we would consider a normal seasonal pattern. But we'll get into those numbers a little bit more. So first, let's get into some mission, vision, and beliefs. Hey, I love the mission. I want to go over it every week. Build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. The most important asset any one of us has is time, right? There's nothing you can do to get more of it. We all get the same amount of it, and how you use it is critical. And so when we look at careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving, you guys can come on in, don't worry about it. That's what I think of. Whenever I fly out of town to go speak someplace, my mindset is they're not paying for my time, they're paying for their time, right? My little people's time. And their time is way more valuable than mine. And so this is why we always want to focus on that mission. Because you can make a lot of money in real estate and have a terrible life, right? Yeah. Just come on and grab a seat wherever. Or you can have an incredible life and an incredible career. So we want to focus on both those things. And helping us to do all of that are our beliefs, our Y4C2Ts. These are ideals, and I love ideals because ideals give you something to live up to. You're never done. So to share a little bit more about that, familiar face, Mr. Brent Beachel.
Good morning. Good morning.
Here, you can use the fancy mic for the people at home. There you go.
I've been to 8 county fairs and 4 goat shows. I ain't never had one of these before, so it'll be really good. Well, I always love to give a great quote of the week. This week, it's from a lady named Mary Engelbright, who's an artist and an author. And she said this, that worrying does not empty tomorrow of its troubles. It only empties today of its strengths. Our Y4C2Ts, they're for all of us to live by. And when we do it, it'll numb out the worry of our lives. And remember this quote, can any of you, by worrying, add at least 1 hour to your life? I don't think so. So we're going to stand up all together and repeat our Y4C2Ts, and you will get that strength that you need. So everyone up, you ready? Here we go. Win-win or no deal. Integrity, do the right thing. Customers, they always come first. Commitment in all things. Communication, seek first to understand. Creativity, ideas before results. Teamwork, together everyone achieves more. Trust starts with honesty. Equity, opportunities for all. And success results through people. Great job, you guys. Sit down and let me give you 3 quick things of KW culture. So I love this one right here. Trust starts with honesty. And when we trust the things that we say, and as we say our Y4C2Ts, and if we honestly follow after them, that's where any worry will be washed away. And we can all trust that that is great KW culture. So the second thing of KW culture is this. You want to compliment others regularly. You got to tell someone that they're doing a good job and reward them with kindness. Because when you do that, you're giving a little bit of your strength to help them in their day. And that is great KW culture. And the third thing of great KW culture is this. You want to respond to clients' calls and concerns in a timely manner. That way they're not going to worry. And that way you're going to be strong for them. And with that, may you guys have a strong and worry-free culture week. There you go.
Man, we were on the same page today, Brent, talking about time. I mean, I don't know how that happened, but it's crazy. I love when things like that happen. You know, I love what you said about worry, right? It doesn't get you anything for tomorrow, it just steals from today. One of my sort of foundational beliefs is the stories we tell ourselves are the most powerful stories, right? Your perception, what you decide, has so much power over your life. Hey, take a look at the Y4C2Ts this week. Any of those stand out to you? You want to throw any of those out? All right, well, do me this. Turn to the person next to you, pick one, and tell them how you are trying to implement that in your life right now. On your mark, get set, go. Yeah. All right, hey guys, come on back to the big group. Come on back. Okay, let's hear it. All right, let's hear it. What stood out to you? What were you talking about with that person next to you? Anybody want to shout out? Yeah, Christina.
I said communication, seek first to understand, because there's going to be a lot of concern with this market. So I feel like if I hear out people and understand specifically what they're worried about, then I can help them understand the actual situation. And then they can make a better informed decision, not one through fear, and like can know the pros about this market too.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, and with our clients, really listening to their concerns, right? That's a different, because I know for me, I want to solve. I'm a solutions guy, right? So I'll solve your problem before I even know what it is, right? So listening to them, absolutely. Also listening to them and to get their why, right? Why are we in this process? Because that's gonna have a large impact on those fears, right? And the why can overcome those things if it truly is that valuable and that important. Cool. What else? What stands out to you? Yeah, Christine.
Terrell and I were talking about our open houses this weekend because we didn't have enough traffic.
Okay.
So we were talking about getting creative and how we can get more of this traffic through.
Right. Absolutely. Ideas before results. Yeah. You got to think through it, right? If we do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, it's the definition of insanity, right? So how do we get creative? Love that. Anybody else? Anybody else? Yeah, Steve.
Yolanda and I were talking about success through people.
Okay.
Just being in an environment where we're all doing the same thing and helping each other and having that sense of community.
Absolutely.
Navigate through these difficult market shifts.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it over and over and over again. A hill looks 20% less steep when you're standing next to a friend. So if you want to overcome, find a partner. Absolutely. Good deal. Well, hey, business comes from activity. It isn't magic. It isn't luck. It's actually work. And here's the work that we need to do. So go ahead, just connect with the people around you. This is real quick. I will give you about a minute. How many contacts made, how many contacts added, how many leads were generated, how many contracts written, how many escrows, and how many closings. On your mark, get set. Talk to the person next to you. All right, I'll count back from 5 to 1. When I get to 1, need everybody back here with
and it's going to get even better
Okay.
because we're almost done, and there is a lot of good things going on, especially this today. So show up.
All right, good deal. So we're almost through the book, and now we're moving into investing.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. Very, very good. So Financial Fridays, this is starting on October 14th. We'll be going through Dave Ramsey's Financial Piece. Melanie will be our instructor for that. And it is Let's Get Our Financial House in Order. Again, this time of year, we've absolutely got to have our eye on this one. So we would love this to serve our market center. We'd also love it to serve the broader community of realtors. So if you know anyone who would like to be a part of this, go ahead, reach out, invite them. We will not ask them to join Keller Williams. We really just want to help them through this season. So please take a look at that and reach out to help a friend. Cool. And then Halloween potluck and costume contest, October 25th. I didn't approve this. Where'd this come from? This is at, yeah, thanks, Sam. This is at Connection Point, October 25th. So come on in. We're going to have some costume contest and giving away some prizes. Apparently a potluck. Except for one. No, yeah, here's my rule. We need to be able to know who you are, Juan. Yeah, exactly. So no creepy, I can't tell who it is. And then our client event, Trunk or Treat and Pumpkin Patch, is Thursday, October 27th. If you have not signed up yet, please do. I know we have a few spots available in Riverside and multiple spots available in Norco. We'd love for this to be successful for you and your business. And again, if you want to do client events, but you don't want to spend the money to do a client event, use our client event, right? It's an absolute solid touch within your database where you can come from contribution. So put it on the calendar here. If you can't do a whole car, come in and just hand out candy or partner with somebody too. Oh, you want to take a picture of that? Go for it, girl. Okay. And there are postcards available for you to hand out to your sphere as well. And then get prepared by designating and implementing systems to propel your business. This is the 2023 Business Planning Clinic. October 26th at Tigar. It should be on everyone's calendar. $49 to get there. I say this all the time. The difference between a business and sort of a hobby, the difference between Krispy Kreme and a in a mom and pop donut store is systems and a business plan. If we want to be successful in this industry consistently, then we need a business plan, and this is what we will be doing at the Business Planning Clinic. It is setting your play for 2023. So don't miss out on that. Please be a part of it. October 26th. More information, you can talk to Sam or Melanie. And then Bold. Bold is coming up Thursdays at KW Redlands from 9 to 2, October 27th through December 8th. $799. It's an investment in you. If you can get one transaction from the work that you do in this, you've paid for it and more. So I think it's a good investment. What Bold does is it attacks the mindset necessary to be successful in any market. What Bold does is it gives you a team to work with to do the hard work of real estate. And what Bold does is it holds you accountable to a minimum standard of production, which would be 100 contacts a week that you're going to be challenged to and supported on. It is an intense coaching session that honestly, if you were going to go hire a coach to give you this level of coaching, it would be a much more expensive thing to do. So I really, really encourage everyone to get on board with that. If you'd like more information, talk to Melanie, Sam, or myself. We would love for our team to be a part of this in a big, big way. Step Up to Bold is this Thursday at Redlands. That is the first session. It's a free session where you're just going to get a free Bold session and learn more about it. So if you'd like more information, we'll be emailing that out to you as well. Step Up to Bold. Cool. Just a reminder, it's 25. You're adding 100 contacts, or you're making 100 contacts a week, 100 conversations. You're adding 25 contacts to your database in Command. You're going to be setting and attending appointments, and you'll be completing the Bold daily activities. Just for most of us, if we just did 100 contacts a week, that would generate business in this fourth quarter. Probably for most of us, there's 2 transactions a month in 100 contacts a week for us in the fourth quarter. If you do that, you beat the market. If you beat the market in the fourth quarter, you gain market share. That means in the first quarter we come back and you retain more market share and you grow, you grow, you grow. So please, if you can, check out Bold. So Christmas party, night of dinner dance. I think I can get it. That's Indian Hills, and that is December 9th from 6 to 10 p.m., and it will be $50 per ticket, or we will be announcing a winner of our last week's contest and giving away announcing another contest here. So heads up on that. And then family reunion, 40 years of Keller Williams, 40 years of the largest real estate company under one brand. This February in Anaheim. I'm going to keep pounding this one. There's no reason not to be there. If you're not ready to make the commitment on the cost, go ahead and book your room. Right? You can book the room, and then you usually can cancel up to 24 hours in advance. So get the room, hold the room, and then as we get closer, if you are waiting to make the payment, you can go ahead and make the payment at that time. Anything to add to that? People who've been to Bold? No? Or not to Bold, family reunion? Okay, cool. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. Yes. So the price now is what? I think it's $1,002. Something like that. So check it out. You can go to check it out at KW Connect. You can get more information there. We will update the pricing. Cool. Well, I think it's time to find who won the coffee date contest. What we did last week was you just threw it out to people at Connection Point. Make as many coffee dates or appointments, because dates sounds weird, as you can between Tuesday and today. The winner of that contest gets a free ticket to our Christmas party. And this is honor system. We're not, you don't have to take a picture or like stand next to them. We believe you. This is Keller Williams. Hopefully we can trust each other. Integrity, do the right thing. People, I'm watching you. So with that said, who wants to shout out how many coffee appointments did you make last week? I know you've been waiting. Okay, Christina, how many? Did 3 coffee appointments last week. Okay, good. Anybody can beat 3. It's like an auction. Hold on, David. 3, okay, good. Carla? 4, okay, good. I love this. This is working out. Laverne? 5, okay, 5. Christine? I know you had, Christine had 5 too. Okay, can anybody beat 5? Tony had 1. Oh, poor Tony. Okay, good. So Laverne and Christine both tied at 5. Oh no, I didn't actually see the I didn't see the possibility of a tie.
They both get tickets.
What's that?
They both get tickets.
Well, I was going to go there, Sam. I was. All right. All right. So Christine
It was
and
at least $50 to take them home. Right, Laverne?
all right. All right. So we will give both of you guys a prize of a ticket to the Christmas party. So I know. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Congratulations. Good. So tell me about coffee dates. How did that work out? What was the experience of going out and having those coffee appointments? Anybody want to share? Christine, you said you learned a lot on it.
Yes, I set one. It was actually an affiliate, but we met and we've just been talking on the phone and doing business. But I learned a lot about him. He's involved in a nonprofit for cats, and we talked about the Hemet fires and stuff like that. So Friday night we're going to a fundraiser for his for the nonprofit.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would count that as a 1-2 cement. Yeah.
It was great. Now I get to meet more people.
There you go.
And
Yes.
if I wouldn't have gone to coffee, I couldn't do that.
There you go. If real estate is a function of how many people you're in conversation with. Christina, how are your appointments?
They went really well. I had a lunch appointment with my friend and her mom that I hadn't seen in 15 years, and then so that went really well. And they want to buy soonish, so we kind of went over that. And then
Lead.
yeah,
Good. Ding, ding. All right. Good.
And then Thursday I did a pop by with a past client who loved me, and I did a pop by with a client on Sunday who loved me. And I'm closing an escrow this week, and they live like a few blocks down, so it was like great. And I brought some beer and we hung out.
Okay. Well, there you go. All right. Nice.
It's a beer date. I didn't think
Yeah, I know.
Coffee flavored.
Wait a minute. Christine's is like, I'm all in. Okay, good. No, good. All right, let's continue this mindset. We'll talk about contests for this week as we get through. But real estate success is a function of how many people you're in conversation with. And a coffee appointment is a fantastic way to do that. We already got 1 lead. About any other leads that came out of our coffee appointments this week?
it was one of my past clients' plans.
We got a listing on it. Awesome. Fantastic. All right, anybody else? All right, stay with it. It's a function of how many people you're in relationship with. Just a reminder, we are running our 4th quarter listing contest. It's not just listings, though. So we'll be keeping track of the most listings, the most closings. Any first year with a listing, the first listing, and the most new contacts entered in command. A award will be handed out, and an all-in award as well. So just want to have our pedal to the metal in the 4th quarter, because this is the time we build fantastic, dominant careers. So we will be announcing more information as we go along to the 4th quarter. Cool. And then new listings. Tony Gonzalez, we've got these 5 acres of land for $110,000. Anything you want to tell us about this piece of land, Tony?
It's amazing. You can build it's virgin land. You can build whatever you want there. Oh, don't buy that.
Yep. All right. And where is that, Tony?
It's north of Palm Springs. You can build you can go RVing, camping, you build your ranch, build your retreat, UFO summoning. You can do whatever you want to do there. That's just
Airbnb for a silent, yeah, absolutely. Cool. All right.
Right, Valley.
There you go. We've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath listed by Diane Frank in Harupa Valley. That's listed at $499,999. A lot of nines there. There you go. Good. And I think that's actually in her neighborhood. So good. Then we got Gold Star Drive, Moreno Valley, just listed, 4-bedroom, 2-bath. From Caesar, $460,000, and I guess apparently it's a great price. So Caesar's not in the room right now, so we'll have to follow up with Caesar to find out if it needs work. Yep. Yeah, absolutely, door knocker. Okay, so coming soon, this is from Sarah Romero, 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $988 for $540, and that is in Chino, California. Good. And then Jeannie and Bob Pooley, who I think are in Ohio right now, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, $1,494 for $600,000 in Riverside. There you go. And then we've got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath for $590 from the Beachell team, and that is here in Riverside. Brent, what do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, La Sierra Hills, a great little single-story home. You notice there's 2 stories all around this place, and so this is one of those homes, if you're looking to downsize, this is the perfect house for that. You've got a block to the left there is where the park is, and you got a nice walking area, and it's just in a great spot, and we think it's a great price for a clean home.
Good deal. If you'd like more information, get in touch with Brent and Alice. Those are our new listings for the week. Did we miss anything? Is there anything out there that you guys would like to shout out? Any listings that you've got right now that are not on the board or coming soon? I want to make sure we give that opportunity. So let's talk about our Q4 market update. What I want to just kind of continue to emphasize is that we are returning right now into what is a normal cycle in the real estate market. We talk about shifts, and we have two shifts that we got to consider. One is a market shift. We're absolutely in a market shift, and that's mostly being generated by the change in interest rates, right? We know that interest rates now, we'll talk more about in a little bit, are 6s to 7s, right? We touched 8 very briefly, we came back down, but we know that that forecast is not good, that they're looking to come up a little bit higher as we go. So that's shifting our overall market, right? We also know that we're in a seasonal shift, right? Because just based purely on convenience, why don't people want to move right now? Holidays, yeah. I don't want to move at Thanksgiving or Christmas, right? Why else don't want people, why are people hesitant to move right now? Yeah.
Because they have low interest rates?
Well, the interest rates are definitely, but just seasonally, just what's going on in the world right now. Yes.
I was gonna say it rains a lot, so I don't want to move in the rain.
Yeah, it rains a lot, sure, yeah. What? Getting close to tax season, all that stuff that comes out end of the year, yeah.
Kids just start school.
Kids in school, huge, right? To disrupt their kids' lives. So that's what starts a seasonal shift, all of those factors, right? Now, the thing to be aware of, and we'll talk about in a second, is there's also a tremendous pressure, though, at this time of year, particularly in January, that we call a temporal boundary, right? This is one of my favorite things to talk about. You're 87% more likely to commit to a life change at the change of the year, right? And so while they're not selling right now, guess what they are doing? Thinking about it. Absolutely. And so just where we are time of year goes back to those contacts. It's important to generate business right now, but it's critical to generate business in the new year because right now they are thinking about what they are going to do in 2023. And that pressure will build consistently October, November, December, January. In January, they're going to make a decision. We just do. I don't know why. But at the turn of a temporal boundary, we're more likely, the year is the strongest one, but even every week, you're more likely to start a workout program on Monday because you decided to last week, right? Happens every single year. So it's just critical right now that we're in relationship, building that consistently. Numbers. So this is the City of Riverside sales by month. And what I wanted to do is just kind of give a look at September 2018 through September 2022. Now, just kind of looking at that, I know that the key is a little bit hard to look at top, but the 2021 is going to be this yellow line here. And so that we can see that 2021, last year, we had a pretty, was pretty high, it stayed high, and then we did get a little bit of a seasonal dip, right, in 2021, but then it spiked back up in December, which is unusual. You would never expect a spike in December. But we did get one in 2020 and 2021. Unusual year, right? I like to think of that as, I mentioned the Sports Illustrated thing, right? Like that if you get on the cover of Sports Illustrated, there's this the superstition that you're going to have a bad year the year after. It's actually statistically, it's just because when you have your best year ever, you always have a bad year the next year because statistics are statistics, right? You're always going to go back to the average. You may move up on average, but you're never going to spike and continue to spike statistically speaking. And that's what we're seeing in the market. We had a spike, right? And now we're returning back to the average. So this blue line is 2018, because we're starting September moving forward. So 2018, what happened in the fourth quarter? Sales came down, right? The green line that we're looking at is 2019, very similar, right? Sales came down in the fourth quarter. So if we're looking at 2018, 2019, that's where we're at. Now we look at 2022. 2022, we were riding what I would call, still we were in the COVID kind of bump here, the low interest rate bump, and that was back in March and April. In May, things began to shift, our volume came down, but not crashing down, right? We've been steady, and now here we are in September, and these are our numbers. September of 2022, we had 242 sales, right, in Riverside. Now that sounds, you might go, oh my gosh, that feels like there's no business, but that's because we had a Sports Illustrated cover year last year, 324. So it is down significantly from the year before, but not crazy numbers, right? Because that's still quite a few houses to sell, right? Now, if we look at that in terms, though, of 2018 or 2019, we're only 40-ish houses off the number, right? So is the market crashing? No, it's sort of just back to where it was. But we have to acknowledge that it is lower, right? So if you want my projection, my speculation, we're in a seasonal shift layered on a market shift, and we're going to see volume continue to trend under what it would have been 2018, 2019. Does that make sense? That's City of Riverside. Now, for you, though, as a realtor, what do you need to see? What's the most important thing that I just said to you as a realtor? 242 sales, absolutely, right? So if you're selling in Riverside, you had 242 opportunities last month, right? So that's something we want to be at. Now, looking at Moreno Valley, similar, it's absolutely the same, right? We're looking at a very similar trend. Interestingly, though, I believe it was, let's see, we got 169 sales in 918, 164 in 19, 130, which is interesting, 190 in 21, and then 140 in 22. So same thing. Looking at the number compared to here, we're about 20 or 10 to 20 off, right? It's not crazy low. It's just we have the drop off isn't. It's 50 houses from last year. 50 houses from one of the best years ever, right? So is there still business to do? Absolutely. Is the market slowing a little bit? Absolutely. So those things are both true. Now, who's going to do these deals? It's the people who are working consistently selling real estate, the people who are consistently running a system to stay in contact. The people who are going to get hurt in this market, and I hate to say it that way, but it's true, are the people that don't know where their business is coming from. They don't know their contact to lead ratio. They don't know their lead to contract ratio. Those people who have just sort of been, oh, what do you do? I do social media. There's no model. They're just kind of on social media. That business disappeared. And I can tell you, if I look at brokerages around the area, I see cliffs of production right now. I look at some of the people I talked to last year who were too busy to talk to me, and their business is 50% down year over year because what was just intuitive wasn't systemized. And what happens is when the market shifts, if you're not systemized, you don't know where to apply the pressure. You do because you know that success is a function of how many people you're in conversation with, in relationship with. You know that 36 touches is what's needed to stay top of mind at a minimum. Like you've got all of that. You know that. We just have to run that play. Does that make sense? But this is how we take market share. This actually is my favorite moment because this is when careers are made, empires are founded. So this is Norco and Eastvale, very similar kind of trend that we're going to see. In September of 18, there were 73 homes sold in Norco and Eastvale. In September of 22, there were 64. So we're back down to 2018. Was anybody screaming that the world was on fire in 2018 in real estate? No, we were all pretty good, right? It's just that, again, we've had Sports Illustrated cover years here, right? But is it not all sunshine and roses, right? We still have to be acknowledging that there are some challenges in the marketplace related to interest rates and related to inventory. Cool. And so this is just our year-to-year numbers. Just for units for sale is down 16% in Riverside County. Units under contract is down 33%. Again, we're off of a Sports Illustrated cover year. And sold is down 29%. When you look at if you just add up your under contracts and for sales, it's actually down about 43% year to year. So it's significantly down. Is it down to 2018 by as much? No, and I couldn't pull that data as quickly as I wanted to, but it's definitely down from last year. What's that tell you? What do you hear when you hear that? Because there's two stories you can tell yourself. Stabilizing is a decent story. Okay, what else? Opportunities. Yeah. Because what do most people see when they see this? It's not worth it. It's too hard, right? But if you see it and you go, okay, double down, now there's tremendous opportunity. I heard a realtor the other day on a podcast. She's actually I sent it out to you. I sent that podcast out to some of you guys. She's a 40-plus year veteran, and she referred to it as the annual cleansing in real estate, right? Because what happens is the market goes up, and everybody gets in, right? And it is. It's make hay while the sun shines. And then the market goes down, and half of the people get out, right? And so where you will thrive and succeed is with the business owner mindset that runs a business plan and understands that and when you're in a market-based industry, it always goes up, it always comes down, but consistency is founded on consistent effort, right? And that's what we do. So just to kind of give you a sense, the median price year to date in Riverside was 5.7%. I don't think that slide updated. Give me a second. Let me just. No, I added some stuff to this real quick. There's 2 more slides that were not there. So give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Let me get back to my notes. Sorry, I was updating this morning. I think Sam was getting the room ready. Cool. Here we go. So in the last year to date, prices are up 5.7% Riverside, year to date. And that's cool. In the last 6 months, prices are down 3.3% median. Okay? So be aware, what does that tell you about pricing? It's coming down. Is it screaming down? Is 3.3% the world's on fire? No, not at all. It's 3 points. I mean, really, it's almost like not even worth talking about, right? However, it's something to be aware of because in the mind of the consumer, that's incredibly important information, right? Because the consumer goes to Zillow and they go, well, my house is worth $100,000 than it was last year. And you actually know that's an algorithm based on the purchase price. The reality is we know that prices are falling. The median price is down 3.3%. And so we're going to expect your home to be a little bit less than you might be thinking or what it would have sold for 6 months. Let's take a look at the comps that tell the actual story. And then you have to have that conversation around, however, if we price it at market, we probably will not get any views right now, right? But if we price it under market, we're likely to sell at market still, right? Those are those conversations. Cool. Any reaction or commentary on that?
Well, I'm just
Yes.
thinking, about the story of 2 markets that we've been in.
Yes.
If you price it below the houses that are sitting,
Yep.
you show them those houses that are sitting, so you kill that idea of, oh, it's worth this much.
Yep.
And then you price it just below, and then you'll sell it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it is absolutely that story of, and I like the median. I like median versus average because the average is thrown off by, the outliers. But the median home, right, is still selling in like under 15 days, I believe. And I didn't pull that stat for this one. I don't know why not. But that means half of the homes are still selling fast, right? Historically fast. And so when you're communicating with your seller, it's pointing out how pricing affects that. And so we really have to have that in their mind. We have to educate them. So, what I wanted to read today, because I think it is the elephant in the room, is sort of the lending situation. And so, Brandon, I'm glad you're here. I have no idea. Sponsor a lender? No. Okay, thank God. Okay, good. Tim sent me this, and Brandon, I love your commentary. Other lenders in the room. Realtors, this is what we're basically seeing. This is the reality. Realtors and lenders need to help the consumer embrace the upward incline. It's necessary, right? We've been talking about this. The economy on a macro scale is we've got to get ahead of inflation, because if we don't get ahead of inflation, we got real problems, right? Now, the only way to do that is that they continue to raise the interest rates. And so that's not changing anytime soon. The consumer has got to let go of the 3% mindset, because 3% was historically low when it happened, and there is no guarantee it will ever happen again, right? It's a Sports Illustrated year. And it always, the year after, or the year after that, it always shows that we're going to go back to average. And so the conversations with our consumers, we've got to be very careful. We don't want to crush them, but we also have to say, listen, I know, but this is the rate now, right? It gets us to shift tactic number 10, which is creative financing. We need to know the programs that are out there. And so in the short term, right now, the short-term ARMs and temporary buy-downs are going to be the focus of lending, right? Now, I want to caution you that it's the focus right now, but be very careful the way you talk about it, right? You are dating the rate, right, but marrying the house. And so if you tell them, don't worry about it, you can refinance in 5 years, you could be setting your for a world of hurt. If you tell them, the payment is X, but for the first 2 to 5 years or whatever it is, you're going to get a discount on that payment, then that's the honest story, right? And it's possible, based on past experience, that rates will drop as we go deeper into the recession. But I cannot guarantee it, because right now the Fed is saying that they are firm, and they're actually going to be, we're looking at a raise of about 7.75 on the base rate. Brandon.
Real quick, I'm going to point out, are they getting open for that right now, or builders? Constantly telling buyers, you can still put 9.9 interest rate, and you're in with interest. You're not explaining it, it's an adjustable rate mortgage, or most often it's an interest rate buyer. Be careful of some of the crazy sellers out there, or the lenders out there that aren't giving your buyers the whole story.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to be that person, because our industry took a hit in the last recession, because it was all sunshine and roses, and it's never going to change, right? And so people were getting in 0 down, people were getting in adjustable rates, getting in all those things, and they may or may not have been told. But if they were told, they didn't understand, or if they understood, they didn't want to believe. And so it's your job to educate, right? Integrity, do the right thing, right? Hey, I just want to make sure that you're okay with this payment, because that is your payment. Now, we've got a discount for the first couple years, and that's awesome, but this is your payment. So if in 5 years that's your payment, or 3 years, or whatever it is, are you okay with that to get into this house? Now, the benefits of getting into this house are you've got a toehold in the market. You're getting started. It may not be as much the various things, all the benefits of home ownership, but just kind of going through that with them. Sell the discount. Sell the discount. Make sense? Anything to add to that, Brandon?
Nope. When I work with clients, I like to show them the whole spread, and I show them why a 3% reduction in price, you should hold out for that, why there's opportunities to buy them, stuff like that, that makes sense. And if that is true, there's going to be another rush of buyers for that same house. It's going to get competitive. You get the house now, and refinance later, that opportunity comes up.
Absolutely. So one of two things is going to happen. The rates will continue to go up, right? If the rates do continue to go up, will they stay up forever? No. I mean, what comes up must come down, right? Always, it's just a rule. So that's one thing that can happen. So the rates will continue to go up, but they won't go up forever, or the rates will come down, right? If you lock in right now, one of two things is going to happen. The rates will continue to go up, and eventually they'll come down. How long? I don't know. Or we could be in next year, and the economy is in real hurt, and they, oh crap, we got to do something about it, and they bring them right down. I don't know, right? But it's true that the rate will always come back down. It's just from the top. So there's no guarantee if you're locking in at the mid-6s right now. That is a historically fantastic interest rate, right? So there's no guarantee it's going to come back down to 4 or 5. Would you agree with that? Okay, cool. Here's what I'd like you to do then. We know that in a shift market, shift is important. And shift tactic number 10 is creative financing. It's being able to have those conversations with your clients about the lending situation. Whether that's a seller, you've got to be able to explain it to both parties. I know for me, this is not my native tongue, right? I don't pray in the language of math. It just doesn't, it's not the language of my heart. It isn't, right? But it's important. And so being able to talk to your buyers about these kind of programs are really critically important, especially as we go through this market. Because the need on the part of the buyer doesn't go away, right? There's still people who are going to have babies. There's still people who can't walk up the stairs. There's still people who need to buy for whatever reason. They want the pool. I don't even matter, but they need to. It's important to them. Our job is to help show them a path that works for them, right? And the more fluent you are here, the better. So do me a favor. What I'd like you to do is turn to the person next to you right now, and I want you to have a conversation with a prospective buyer about their possible purchase, right? About interest rates and about their path. Does that make sense? No? You're having a first buyer appointment. So I'll throw out the objection. I'll give you the objection. I just want you to answer the question. Rates are too high. On your mark, get set, go. All right. Okay, come on back, come on back, come on back. If you can hear me, clap once. Hear me clap 2 times. Hear me clap 3 times. If you can hear me clap 4 times. That's good. Hey, it worked. Okay, good. So, all right. Good deal. How'd that go? Good. Okay, good. So anybody want to take a run at it? Yeah. Christina, I don't want to buy. The rates are just too high right now.
So if you have to choose between paying someone else's mortgage and paying your mortgage, what would you rather do?
I would rather pay my own, but I don't think I can afford to.
You can, because the difference between this market and 2008 is 2008 you could sell your house with a high mortgage and walk around and go rent on the same street for $1,600 when your mortgage was $3,000. But now if you try and get out of your mortgage, you're going to have to rent the exact same, if not more expensive. And so at the end of the day, if you can afford the monthly payment of whatever you're comfortable with, like I can find you a house. We don't have to stretch it to where you're uncomfortable every month, but at least you're paying yourself at the end of the day. You're not supposed to time when to start investing yourself. It's always a good time to invest in yourself. It's a good time to sell sometimes. It's not a good time to sell sometimes, but
Right. Okay, but why don't I just wait when the rates come down? I'll just get in when the rates come down.
because then you're going to have to deal with the market of everybody trying to take advantage of low interest rates and high purchasing power, and you're going to get back into bidding wars. You're going to get back into not getting seller concessions or not the house that you wanted on the first try, or not getting repairs done, which is a lot of the things that my buyers had to face the last couple of years. Like if we wanted a repair done, it would be like a laugh, because it was like, well, there's 25 other people that want this house, so if you guys
Okay.
don't want this house, which is not the case in this market.
Good. I love the positive, right? Like, hey, because you have choices right now, right? We can wait and rates come down, but everybody's saying the same thing, and those choices are gone. So that's a good one too. What else? Who else wants to answer? Brent, I don't want to buy right now. The rates are just too high.
What makes you think that they're too high?
Because they're up so much
Up so much from where?
from last year. My mom bought it. My mom refinanced it like 2% a couple years.
Great. I'm glad that she got that great rate. You know that the first time I bought a home, the rates were 16%.
Yeah, but I mean the house cost $60,000 at that point. So
I agree. And you know what? That was what was so great about it, is that it was all about the affordability. So if you could buy a house right now and afford the monthly payment, would that make sense for you?
yeah, I mean I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm getting taken advantage of if I do that because the rates are so high on it.
So historically, the rates are at a great spot. It's where it's been historically at, in that 6 to 7% range. And so the question still goes back to, if you can afford the monthly payment, would it make sense to buy a home for you?
It might, but I mean, don't you think prices are going to come down?
So historically, what we're seeing is that when the rates go up, prices have also trended upward. And we think about when you first bought that home, you mentioned my home was $60,000. What do you think my home value is now?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Hey, that's important information too. Recession does not equal drop in prices. Rate hike does not equal drop in prices. And historically speaking, those two things have not gone together all the time. So good. Anybody else want to take a run at it? Yeah.
So I definitely would have been suggesting the 2-1 buy down or the 1-0 buy down. The orange has been necessarily good for the past few months. That seems to fluctuate. So with the 2-1 buy down or the 1-0 buy down, honestly, for a 1-0 buy down at a loan amount of $647,000, I did post on social media an example, like a buyer, crazy buyer that I put in on your it's only $5,000 plus $37. That will honestly, that is, because you never know with the interest rates, but honestly, we're kind of in upscale. So a 2-1 buy down or a 1-0 buy down is always my success rate, and it worked out really well.
Okay. Good. Now, if you're like me, you heard wah, 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 just because it's not my native. Does that make sense? It's sort of like but that's why I've got it. That's why it's really critical to study, right? Like part of being an expert is continuing to learn. So if you heard that and you're like, that sounded really interesting, but it's, then you go talk to Gina, right? Good. Brandon, you want to add?
So I'll ask like, okay, so you get 6% as a high interest rate. Well, what percent of your rent is interest to you? It's 100%. So let's stop talking about interest rates. Let's talk about payment.
Right. Absolutely. Huge. What percent of your rate is interest to you? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Sam.
Okay, so this is a very good question, and we can assume that you need to buy a house.
Yep.
So the question to you is this: if I could show you, it's all about the numbers. At the end of the day, that same numbers exactly, even at 6.5%, the end number is this one, and the end number is the same. Would you rather to buy a house, or would you rather keep renting? If they are the exact same number out of your pocket.
If it's the same amount in my pocket, I'd rather buy.
Great. So here are the numbers we're going to be coming from. Getting with my lender, get his 2 down, 3 down, whatever that numbers is getting. Add the equity buildup that you are going to be, you're going to make every year.
Mm-hmm.
Add the tax benefits that you're going to have. Add the pride of ownership that you own a house. Add all these numbers, you'll be surprised that they are about the same at the end of the day. Then you'll decide, well, if I am paying this, getting nothing, but I'm almost paying this, getting all that, I would rather do.
Yep. There you go. So make it about the numbers, right? Make it, let's take the conversation off rates are so high, prices are so high. It's always about payment, right? What does that yard for the kids around in? It gets you an investment and a toehold in the market. It gets you the appreciation over the next 7 years as opposed to, right, all of that. Yeah, so beautiful. Okay, I saw a hand in the back. David.
One of the conversations I had this weekend at an open house was a family that came in, looked at the house. I asked if they were actively shopping. They said no. So just asked a few more questions, came to the bottom of them asking me, I need to sell, but I also want to buy, but I also have a 2.25% interest rate. Why would I want to sell right now and go to a 5.5–7% interest rate?
Yeah.
So,
David, why would you? What's got you looking here right now?
exactly.
Exactly. So that's what it comes down to. Well, why would I want to do that? I don't know. Tell me about it. Why are you walking around? Now, what is it that's got you looking?
That's 100% what I did. So
Awesome.
What are you looking? What making you transact real estate, knowing the fact that it's a 7% you're gonna have?
Right.
Almost as it's a better school zone for my kids. Okay, tell me more.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how we went, and then we talked about creative finance. So they were more eased about making that decision.
Right.
Because it's a lot of fear and confusion, and now obviously you can't make the decisions when you have fear.
Absolutely.
So it was one of the good objections that we were able to overcome together. And they're not ready to sell at this moment, but they are actively looking where I can
Cool.
now help them out.
Absolutely. I love it. Carly, you had to add.
Yes, I would answer your question about the high interest rates.
Yeah.
I would say, well, what's so wonderful about this time, the market that we're in right now, is that we are able to be creative. There are a lot of sellers now that are, like Christina was saying, allowing for concessions. And I would give them an example of a buyer that I had recently that, pretty much letting them know that, they were listed at 514. I was able to get the house down to 5. Not only that, but I was able to get $7,000 so that they could buy down that interest rate the first 2 years. But there's so many ways that we can work around it so that you are able to get those concessions that we couldn't get 2 years ago. So it's an exciting time to be able to be creative and get what you want, and not only that, but not have to compete with others and pay 20 or 30 or 40 over ask without inspections, without appraisal contingencies. It's a really exciting market where now you get to ask for what you want and hopefully get it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so sell the market. I love that too. And everything you said, absolutely. Everything Carla said is not unusual. It's real estate sales, right? Like that was normal, right? That we would ask for concessions. You would negotiate over, closing costs. That you'd ask for this back on that. You could do a request for repair. That's kind of the normal. That was what the industry was before the last couple of years. The idea that you would name your first child after the seller is new, right? That's a new thing, right? That's not normal. Yeah, Christina.
The escrow that I'm closing this week, they're getting $13,500 from the seller.
Yeah.
All their closing costs covered. And it's like I could not. Huh?
Yeah.
15,000. I have one that's getting
Yeah.
15,625 from one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it, Brandon.
You can do some really cool stuff with VA loans. Like if you get a seller concession, you can stop debt to qualify for it. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do.
Shift tactic number 10, creative financing. So get with your lender, vendors, and partners. Get fluent on this stuff. It is what we absolutely need to thrive, particularly with buyers in this market, but also with sellers, right? Because that concession has to come from someplace, right? So they need to understand that as well. So cool. Yes, Sam.
With the lender, for you, Brandon, if the seller is willing to carry a second, private second, interest-only payment for so many years for anybody else, would they allow it?
Private seconds.
Someone who does that like a wraparound.
Yeah.
Cool.
VA loans have the possibility of being formally assumed as well. So
There you go.
sellers that have a VA loan could use that as an incentive for when they're selling.
Interesting. Assumable mortgage. So,
It's one of the few that are.
okay. FHA and NVA. Good. So questions that things you can bring up to your clients, right? And if you want more information, because you heard that and it was just a bunch of letters and words that you didn't understand, talk to a lender, okay? Good deal. Cool. So run the play. Run the play, run the play. Be aware that that pressure to make a change is building. We want to be able to pour into that. And definitely shift tactic number 10, creative finance. Got to become in that. So this week, our contest will be most contacts, and the bar is set pretty high right now, about 150. The person who gets the most contacts, and again, not reporting this on some kind of a sheet, you have to show me your logs. Williams, integrity, do the right thing. If you lie to me, God knows, right? And let's really lean into that, okay? Because I know that business comes from here, and I'm happy to give away a Christmas ticket or a Christmas party ticket to see you grow. All right. So most contacts this week. Who's in? Everybody in? Are you going to play? I know we got 2 competitors right now. So all right, let's go. Good deal. And a contact. Let's define contact. It is a two-way conversation. So a text message is not a contact. A DM is not a contact. An email is not a contact. A DM that then becomes a running conversation is, right? A DM that, if it's a DM where they just reply back no, is not, right? It's got to be at least a back and forth of some sort. Same thing with a text message, all right? An email is just, let's just say, if the email would have to become a contact. You'd have to then take it out of the email sphere for it to count for this, all right?
So I'm going to challenge that.
No, Sam. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yes.
For the sake of those young guys who are doing the DM and all that,
Yes.
the form of communication that some people pick is text talking about
Yep.
real estate.
Yep.
To me, that's a contact.
If it's back and forth.
Yes.
If I shoot it at you,
About real estate.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Same thing with the email.
Yes.
And the actual contact, belly to belly, is the best one, but that's my challenge.
All right. If
Whatever
Sam
you-
says if
whatever you want, that's fine.
there's an email exchange of one to them to you, one to them, and one back to you. Does that make sense?
real estate.
About real estate. It can't be like, hey, what are you wearing this night? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. That got weirder than I intended it to be. I apologize for that. That was, okay. Cool. Good. The scripts from last week. Just, what would stop you? I always want to visit that. What would stop you? What would stop you? If the contest is make the most contacts, what would stop you? 9 times out of 10, it's my own pride, right? I'm worried about losing my most valuable asset. That's my pride. And guess what? It's not that valuable. So just make the calls. All right? Cool. And then our sponsor for today is Carly Nault from John's Movers. Everything you need to get you there. Carly, would you like to come up and say a couple words about your business? Cool. All right. And the microphone is for the people at home. You can just hold on to it. I don't know. Whatever you
Like
want.
this?
Yeah, works for me.
Hi guys.
Maybe a little bit
Hi.
lower 'cause it'll blow 'em out.
Oh, okay. Hi, I'm the marketing manager for John's Movers. We are a moving, storage, junk removal, and a cleaning business. So a one-stop shop for all your moving needs. We're located in Lake Elsinore. We serve all of Riverside County, San Bernardino, Orange, and LA. As far as payments go, you can pay through escrow. We price match or beat any other moving company. And also with that, as far as our cleaning, we clean residential and commercial, so we do both. And we are a veteran-owned business, so we give discounts to any veterans or first responders. And if you have any questions,
Question.
Yes.
So do you have a lot of people have so much stuff when they go to move. Do you have like a declutter setup at all where you can take some of their stuff out and get a price for them on that?
oh yeah, so we could haul away your junk, put some stuff in storage while you're waiting to move. We could do it all. So that's and clean your new home, clean your old home, all of it. Clean out, clean in. Yes. Oh, anything, any special requests. Yep, that's why we do. Like pricing? It's always unique depending on what you want. If you want something special, 2-story, flooring, baseboards, anything like that. It could be like if you're getting it clean once a month, twice a week, like whatever it is. So it could be up to, I don't know, $100, less than that. It just depends. And we also do give discounts as well.
You guys move out of state?
Yes, we are licensed in every state. So we do long distance. I have all my marketing materials by the food today, and I also brought veggie for vegetarian options as well. So I have all my cards and some pens back there. We offer up to $10,000 in insurance, and then if you need extra insurance, we do offer that as well. And then we have up to 10 trucks, up to 17 foot. We have trailers, just depending on any type of move that we need to do. We got you. Yes.
What are there any solutions for pets?
Solutions?
Yeah, like my client has 7 cats.
Like for cleaning?
And she don't- No,
For moving? Oh, you want us to move your pets?
she's like, how am I gonna get 7
That's
cats to Ohio? I'm like,
That's a new one. I don't know. I don't know if you want
Put
to.
them in the car with you.
Yeah, put all that pressure on us to take care of your babies. You know, that's a lot. Yes, we do. We have a carpet guy because we get that question all the time. So we do offer that as well. Yes, and carpet. Yep. Full service, anything you need, and it's always a free. And it's always a free quote. Yes, and we do hot tubs and anything over 300 pounds. We do grand pianos as well. So we do it all. Yeah.
Now, so if you pack the cats in the piano, you're good.
I would recommend that.
You don't know what they're going to sing, right?
We'll do anything you ask us to do now. So Carly, John's Movers, everything you need to get you there, and I have all my marketing materials, and I brought Jersey Mike's today. So
All right.
yeah, thank you
Awesome.
guys for
Thank you,
having me.
Carly.
Thank you.
All right. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for coming. We'll see who wins the contest next week for those Christmas party tickets. Who can make the most? Go get that business. See you guys next time.